sits. If virasana is available to you, and you have enough supports to come there, bring a block or a blanket between your heels. I like to draw the calf flesh back and out to sit in between the heels. When you sit on a support in virasana, you want to sit toward the frontal edge of it. So you're not having your thigh bones dropping so much as your sitting bones. You can shift a little side to side, displace the flesh from the sitting bones. Roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and let your eyes close. Inhale, receive the breath deeply. Exhale, sigh. Connecting with yourself, connecting with your breath, connecting with your body. I think yoga practice is like couples counseling between you and your body, or maybe family counseling between your body and your mind and your heart, your spirit, your soul, all these different parts of you that might get bullied or might do the bullying. But if it's possible that this is like couples counseling or like a date, you're on a date with yourself, most of the time the voice in your head that's running the show is doing all the talking. I think for the practice, you could let the body do the talking. You could just be an active listener. So listening to the cues your body gives you, listening to sensation, being super attentive to the breath, and letting all of your actions stem from a responsiveness, a tenderness, and a compassion toward yourself. Let's go ahead and inhale here. Exhale, bring your hands into prayer. Lift your heart, bow your head, fan the collarbones wide. If there's an aspiration, an intention, anything you'd like to highlight for yourself, anything you're seeking, any answers you are looking for. Sometimes practice could be like an oracle. You could ask a question and receive the symbolism through your body. Or whatever it means to you that you're practicing. If there's any way you like to call yourself present, call yourself to attention and dedicate your practice, then acknowledge that. And let's launch into the practice by joining our voices in the sound of Om together, just one time. Even though you can't hear one another, feel the vibration, feel that we are all indeed united with that pulse. So let's inhale. Release your hands down. Inhale, start to meter your breath or count the meter, the tempo of your breath. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3. Using Ujjayi breath. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. Let's see how it feels. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Let's just try. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, last time, 6. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 4. Exhale, 4. And now for the duration of class, if the 4 beat is the one that works for you, use it. If you prefer a 3 beat breath, do it. Somehow climbing up to the 6 beats and then coming down to 4 usually feels appropriate for me. But I love the possibility that you could decide right now how long you will aim every single one of your breaths to be. And then as you practice, let every movement be that duration. So for example, after you dive forward and you inhale halfway up, that inhale to halfway is the same number of beats. And so in this way, you kind of like, it becomes quite beautiful, quite a synchronicity, quite a dance even of movement with breath. And you'll notice when the mind jumps ahead, you'll notice when you shift into autopilot, and those aren't signs that you have failed, they're signs that you can come back to the present. The moment that you notice you are somewhere else, come back to your body. Maintaining this awareness, 4 beat or whatever beat breath, you can keep your eyes closed or allow them to open. Let's inhale the arms up alongside your ears. Take hold of the right wrist with the left hand and tilt yourself over to the left side. Can you all hear me? Yeah? Lift up and lean over to the left side. So I'm facing the camera. I'm going to do a mirror image. If you're not facing, just do the side I say. I hope that's not confusing. So inhale here, maybe you can lean a little more to the left, using the left hand, hold the right wrist, draw yourself over. Integrate the arm bones, keep the face soft. Still that 3 beat or 4 beat breath. Inhale, come back up, sit up tall. Bend the right elbow behind the head. Use your left hand, draw the elbow maybe a little bit more behind your head. As you press your head back in space, just notice if your front ribs gape open. Instead of gaping the front ribs, lift up the pubic bone, knit the hips and ribs together, and draw the navel toward the spine. Go ahead and as you exhale, start to lean over to the left side. And maybe you lean a little more. Be really curious about how the body very unconsciously, very automatically stabilizes itself. So sometimes some of your muscles engage to stabilize, but then other muscles seem to engage, and that's more like armoring or defensiveness. See if you can articulate the difference between. Let's inhale to sit up, bring your arms up to the sky. Arms all the way up by your ears as you're ready. Good. And then exhale, your arms come down like football goal pose, the backs of the elbows towards each other. Still, the ribs and the hips move toward each other. Let's wrap the right arm across the chest. Bring the left arm on top. Walk your fingers closer to each other. Lift your elbows up and drift your elbows forward. So kind of like the bottom part of eagle arms. Your left arm is under, your right arm is on top. I'm doubting that people can hear me. Let me make sure my volume is all the way up. Holding on to your shoulder blades here. You can drift your elbows forward and then lean to the right side. Exhale, rock yourself forward, come up on the left side. Inhale here. Exhale, rock yourself forward. From the right side, breathe in. Exhale, rock forward, come up on the left. From the left side, exhale, rock forward, come up on the right. You can stay here holding on to your shoulder blades, or you can lift your fingers up to the sky like eagle pose arms. Maybe the backs of your hands touch, maybe the palms can touch. Sit up a little higher here, and then feel the elbows lift. Feel the upper arm bones plug in. Let's lift the elbows to 12 o'clock. Come over to the right to 3 o'clock, go down towards 6 o'clock, over toward 9 o'clock, and do this a couple of times. Let your head be involved, let your neck roll, and then go in the other direction, like you could turn back time. Keep the forearms moving away from your nose. Relax your face. Sit up nice and tall here from center. Lift your rib cage. As you are ready, exhale, rotate your torso to the right. Stay here. And maybe you can twist a little more to the right. Turn your face to the right. Forearms forward, upper arm bones integrate. Inhale. Maybe you can twist even more to the right. Turn your eyes all the way to the right. And then unwind your arms. The right hand finds the ground. The left hand finds the right side. Feel the ribs float off of the pelvis. The left ribs roll up and spin around. And even as your whole torso twists to the right, feel the left armpit chest roll off to the right, to the left. Inhale here. And exhale here. Turn your face forward. If you're in a virasana, if it works for you, get your right hand to the ground behind you. If the floor is too far, you could place it on a block. We'll inhale, lift the hips up and forward. Even if you're sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position, you could possibly do this. Lift the left arm up alongside your ear, press your hips forward, beam your heart up to the sky. Relax your face, relax your jaw. Yeah, and exhale, come on back down. Adjust yourself as you need to. If you want to have the block under your sitting bones higher or lower, go ahead and do that. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We'll inhale, arms up alongside your ears. Hold the left wrist with the right hand and tilt over to the right side. Integrate the arm bones. Maybe you can lean a little bit more. It's funny, I think some of your screens are freezing and you look like you're not doing anything. So I'm getting confused, but as long as you can hear me, we'll just keep having a good time. So reach up and over, breathing 3 beats or 4 beats in and out, whatever meter or tempo you can sustain. And inhale, come all the way back up. Bend your left elbow, give yourself a little pat on the back. Use your right hand onto the elbow, draw it to center. Press your head back in space. As you press your head back, don't gape the front ribs, but rather draw the ribs and hips toward each other and lean over to the right side. Inhale. And lean a little more to the right. And maybe you can lean even more. Don't just do it, but do it and feel it. What is here to be noticed? Let's stand the torso back up. Your arms float up alongside your ears. As you exhale, your arms come down. Backs of the elbows towards each other, pubic bone to navel, navel to spine. Wrap the left arm across the chest, bring the right arm on top. Give yourself a hug. Liberate your neck if you can. Lean to the left side. Exhale, rock yourself forward, come up on the right. From the right side, inhale, rock forward, come up on the left. One more time each side. From the left, rock forward, come up on the right. From the right, rock, like a there now, come up on the left. You can stay here or maybe lift your fingertips. Gorgeous. The backs of the hands might touch, the palms might touch. Feel how this apparent stillness is created by a bunch of opposing actions. Elbows up, forearms forward, upper arm bones integrate. Lift your elbows up toward 12 o'clock. Let's go to 9 o'clock, down to 6 o'clock, over to 3 o'clock and back up. So going left and down to the right and up. Let yourself enjoy the gesture. After a few times in this direction, go ahead and change time. And come to center, lift up your ribs. Exhale, rotate your torso to the left. Elbows up, upper arms down, forearms forward. Twist even more to the left. Turn your face to the left. Feel your inner thighs roll in. Pubic bone to navel, navel to spine. Sit up taller. Maybe you can twist even more. Unwind your arms. So the left hand finds the ground behind you. The right hand finds the left thigh. Sit up really tall. Fluff open the armpits. Keep your left hand behind you, maybe on the floor, maybe on a block. Turn your gaze forward. Inhale, lift up your hips. Stretch the right arm alongside the ear. Beam your heart to the sky. Do this as you ungrip the buttocks and inflate the body with breath. And then exhale your sitting bones back down. Yeah. Before we move forward too much, just close your eyes for a moment. And really feel the dance of sensation through the body. If you are on a date with yourself and you're asking yourself some questions, what are the answers you are receiving? What could you learn from the secret language of your body? Breath and sensation. So maintaining your Ujjayi breath, let's come up onto hands and knees. If you have blocks and you want to, you can bring the blocks near to the top of your mat. When you come onto hands and knees, stack your wrists beneath your armpits. Track your knees beneath your hips. Spread your fingers nice and wide. As you inhale, lift the sitting bones. Soften the belly. Broaden the collarbones. Lift up your face. As you exhale, tuck your tailbone. Hollow the abdomen. Press into the floor. Drop the chin. Sink the belly, open the collarbones, reach your face forward and up, cow-shaped pose. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, hollow out. The head drops last. Inhale, sink the belly, open the collarbones, lift up your face. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, hollow the abdomen, press the floor, drop the chin. Sink the belly, open the collarbones, lift up your face, tuck your toes under. Shift your sitting bones back to meet your heels. Spread your toes a little wider if you can. Now, if I'm giving the cue and the cue is faster than your movement, stay with your breath. We'll all get there. Walk your hands another handprint away from you. Release your head down. Press into the floor with the hands and drag the mat back toward your knees. Feel your outer arms roll down toward the floor. And from here, peel yourself up through hands and knees. Shift a little bit like you're peeking over a cliff. Keep your hips high. As you exhale, bend your elbows, plunge the chest between the thumbs, stretch your chin to the floor, Ashtapranam. Shrug the shoulders, narrow your elbows. Press into the floor with the hands, slide to your belly, point your toes. All 10 toenails on the ground. Feet down, kneecaps lift. Ground the pubic bone. Shrug your shoulders and narrow your elbows and lift your heart. Find your cobra pose. Rather than too much chin, lift a little more heart. Exhale, forehead all the way to the floor. Chin to throat, inhale, lift yourself up, shrug your shoulders, elbows in. Exhale, slither back down. Chin to throat, inhale, lift up, shrug your shoulders, narrow your elbows. Exhale, curl yourself down. Inhale, lift up, shrug the shoulders, narrow the elbows. See about lifting your hands off the floor. Keep your chin tucked. See about reaching your arms alongside your body. The tops of the feet still pressed down, kneecaps still engaged. Maybe your arms can come out to a T. Maybe the backs of the hands could kind of flap up toward each other. Lift your heart a little higher. Let's exhale, make a pillow with the hands, forehead down. Rock your forehead a little side to side. Maybe you can connect with your third eye chakra, your seat of intuition, your seat of visualization, vision, the guiding vision you have for your life. Go ahead and bring your hands under your armpits.
Shrug the shoulders, narrow the elbows. Let's lift up, small cobra. Exhale, head down, shift through hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Find downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Play a little game of let's get acquainted. So wiggle around a little bit. Maybe you bend one knee, straighten the opposite leg. Maybe you swivel your hips from side to side. And then come into downward facing dog, something somewhat still. Inhale, travel forward, find a high plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the ground. Slide to your belly, small cobra, point your toes. Head down, hips high. Exhale, shift up and back, find downward facing dog. Let's inhale the right leg off of the ground. You can bend that knee and stack the hip and circle the thigh around. So from downward dog, bend the right knee, circle the leg around a few times. Stretch the leg long. As you exhale, start to step the right foot by the right thumb. Yeah, drive your left heel back in space and stand your torso tall. Your hands can come to your front thigh at first. Keep driving back through the left heel, lifting up the left knee, and just notice if your hip points spill forward. Can you lift them up a little bit? Let's inhale both arms straight up alongside the ears. Hold your left wrist with your right hand and lean over to the right side. Integrate the arm bones, drive that left heel back. Notice the distribution of weight on the right foot. Let's inhale back up, unlace the wrist, palms face each other, arc yourself up. Keep pressing forward with the right shin, driving back with the left heel. Maybe the pelvic floor rises, the heart rises. See how softly, how gently you can release the left knee to the floor. Yeah, maybe you keep the toes tucked. Keep sinking the top of the left thigh forward and down. Good, Patty, I know, sensitive with your knees for sure. Wrap your triceps in, arc up and back. Let's swim the arms around behind you. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms together, the knuckles reach down, the thumbs peel away. Keep sinking the top of the thigh, keep beaming up the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, release. Bring your right hand to your thigh, your left hand to the floor. Tuck your left toes under, drive your left heel back in space. Swivel your left ribs toward the right thigh and inhale the right arm out and up, back of the hand behind you. Let's turn the right palm toward the top of your mat and windmill the arm. Stretch the arm alongside your ear. Go in one direction. Roll the wrist too. Roll the wrist, roll the elbow. Go in the other direction. Reach your right arm up to the sky. Look at the floor. Bring your right hand inside of your right foot. Wiggle your right foot to the right a little bit. So you're in a lizard lunge or a cricket lunge. Driving your left heel back, wrap the right knee in toward your armpit. In a moment, we'll walk the hands forward. You can keep the left knee up the whole time, or you could bring the left knee to the ground. Walk your hands forward. Rather than drooping the head, keep the front of the spine long. If you want to, drive the left heel back, wrapping the right knee in, flooding the body with breath, feeling your aliveness and listening to the body. Walk your hands back in, come up onto your hands, inhale, Exhale, downward facing dog. Travel forward, high plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, descend your knees, your chest, your chin. Lift your chest, slide to your belly, shrug your shoulders, beam up your heart. Head down, shift up and back. Find downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, stretch the left leg off of the floor. Bend the knee, circle the leg around. One direction, then the other. Right heel toward the floor. Let's stretch the left leg long. Exhale, step the left foot by the left thumb. Drive your right heel back in space. Feel so active in your legs and stand your torso tall. Just notice if the right knee sort of softens. Can you press the heel back? Can you lift the hips up? We'll bring both arms up alongside your ears. Hold the right wrist with the left hand and tilt yourself over to the left. So you can really feel some tugging on the psoas attachment, the interior of the spine. And then inhale, come back up, palms face each other. Pinky fingers wrap in, arc up and back. Integrate the arm bones, beam up the heart. And then as gently as you can, soften the right knee to the floor. Maybe you keep the toes tucked, maybe you untuck the toes. Arc your way up and back. Feel the low tips of the shoulder blades lift the heart. Let's swim the arms around behind you. Try lacing, this time with the other thumb on top. Roll the shoulders, the knuckles down, the thumbs peel back. Keep sinking the top of the right thigh forward and down. Keep lifting the heart. Inhale. Exhale, the left hand finds the thigh, the right hand finds the floor. Spin the bottom ribs around, so right ribs to left thigh. Tuck your right toes under, drive that heel back in space. Inhale, the left arm out and up. Turn your left palm toward the top of your mat and windmill the arm. Go in one direction, go in the other direction. One of our aims through yoga is to move as many joints as possible in as many directions as possible. Dissipating energetic blockages, building inner energetic reserves. Let's lift the left arm up. Look at the floor. Exhale, both hands to the inside of the left foot. Wiggle your left foot to the left. Wrap the left knee in toward your armpit. Drive your right heel back so you can keep the right knee up the whole time. Maybe soften it down, perhaps to lift it again. Walk your hands forward. Your elbows might find the floor, they might find blocks. Your right knee could be up or down. Actively draw the left knee in toward your armpit. You'll really feel the adductor muscle group fire up. Maybe even imagine you were drawing the left foot back in space. Keep the heart reaching forward. Let's climb up onto the hands. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Sitting bones lifting, heels reaching down. Inhale, travel forward, find a high plank. Yeah, pause in plank. Your hands, imagine they were pulling in towards each other. Without actually moving, imagine you were drawing your hands back toward your toes. Firing up your core, keep the neck easy. Firm up the arms. Inhale. Exhale your knees to the floor. Bring your elbows to the floor. Interlace your fingers, cross your thumbs. Press your hips back. So when you press your hips back, it's like your armpits open to the floor. Feel like you ground your elbows, like you pull your elbows toward your knees. And from there, pull yourself forward. Chin forward at the thumbs, and then exhale, press back. Ground down, drag yourself forward, and press back. Ground down, drag yourself forward, and press back. Drag yourself forward. Now stay forward, walk your legs long, come into a forearm plank. So an opportunity to fire up your core, keep your neck easy. Over and over again, learning how you can approach a challenge without hardening, without looking for excuses, without looking for who to blame. You can let it be hard, and you can affirm for yourself that you can do hard things. Inhale here. Exhale your knees to the floor. Come to child's pose. If child's pose is painful on your knees, maybe place a blanket between your hamstrings and your calves to create a little extra space in the back of your knees. Sometimes even like balling up socks into the knee pits could be helpful. Or if you have eye pillows in the knee pits can be helpful. In any event, come to child's pose and affirm for yourself that you can rest anytime you need to. Not even need, you can rest anytime you want to. You don't have to earn it, you don't have to prove anything. If you're listening to your body, if you're on a date and you're being a really attentive date, then come here when your body requests it. It might be the kindest gesture you've shown yourself all week. Let's go ahead and come back up to hands and knees. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, find downward facing dog. From downward dog, rise to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look forward. You might step, hop, or walk to the top of the mat. When you get there, lengthen your spine, separate your feet, and fold in half. Sway a little side to side. Again, you might bend your knees and kind of wiggle your hips around. If you like arms staying long, or you like to hold your shins or calves, maybe lace your hands on the base of the skull. Inhale here, and exhale, sigh. Soft knees, heavy head. Release whatever you're holding on all levels and rise yourself up. Come to stand. Arms alongside your body. You might bring your feet all the way to touch. You might keep your feet as much as hip width distance apart. Yeah, arms alongside your body. Fan the collarbones wide. Roll the biceps open. Feel like even though they can't move, feel like your hip points cinch closer together. Your pubic bone tilts up toward your navel. Your navel drifts back toward the spine. Your tailbone drops straight toward the ground. There's an up and a down, an expansion and a drawing, a fortifying, a drawing back in. Balancing inhale with exhale. Balancing effort with surrender. Abandoning accomplishment, abandoning achievement in favor of experience. Go ahead and open your eyes. Inhale, your arms reach up alongside your ears, palms press, lift your gaze. Trace the midline of the body, fold in half. Exhale, Uttanasana. Halfway up, long spine, soft neck, easy brow. You might step, you might hop back. You could lower through knees, chest, chin, or practice Chaturanga Dandasana. Over the toes, you can find up dog or small cobra. Relax the buttocks. Head down over the toes, hips high. Find downward facing dog. Wrap your outer arm muscles, your triceps in towards your cheeks. Soften the base of the neck, the tops of the shoulders. And let your sitting bones lift up and also feel your hip points tip forward. Inhale, rise to the balls of your feet. Bend your knees, look past your hands. You might step, hop, or walk forward. Long spine, halfway up. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, your arms sweep out and up. Press your palms. That's 4 beats or 3 beats as you're breathing. Exhale, hands into prayer. Inhale, your arms sweep out and up. Press your palms, lift your gaze. Exhale, trace the midline of the body, fold in half. This inhale is the same duration of time. Open up the chest, bend the knees, plant the hands. Exhale, your choice, with or without the knees, lower down. Over the toes, inhale, beam up the heart. Head down, hips high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's rise to the balls of the feet. Inhale. Bend your knees, look past your hands. You might step hop or walk forward, long spine. Fold in half. Inhale, your arms sweep out and up. Press your palms, lift your gaze. Exhale, hands into prayer. Let's bend the knees, sink the hips, sweep the arms, Utkatasana. Inner thighs roll in. Dare some weight, just balance out the weight between the 4 corners of each foot. Maybe you can drop the sitting bones a little lower and lift the arms a little higher. Yeah, notice how you can shift the distribution of weight on your feet. And doing that changes how you feel your muscles. And if your joints are ever feeling a little compromised, notice how you can change the distribution of weight to hopefully make that kinder on your joints. Stay here, inhale. Exhale, stand up, fold in half, Uttanasana. Long spine, halfway up, collarbones wide. Exhale, step or hop back. You might go right to downward dog. You might move through a vinyasa. Lovely. Inhale, stretch the right leg off of the floor. Exhale, the right foot by the right thumb. Spin the left heel down. Face forward, rise up, find warrior 1. So for Virabhadrasana 1, your heels might line up, or there might be a little width between your feet. In any event, see if you can have this right knee just above the ankle. Arms up, maybe your palms even interlace. You might make a steeple point with your fingers. Wrap the left rib cage forward, the shoulder forward. Bend the front knee deeper, lift up both hip points, lift your fingertips to the sky. As actively as you can, ground the left outer heel. Inhale here. Hands through prayer, open to the side, find warrior 2. You might shift your front foot. It could be front heel to back heel or front heel to back arch. Again, endeavor to have the knee right over the ankle, the thigh parallel to the floor. Keep spinning the right foot to the right. You don't actually move it, but that guides the knee and tucks the sitting bone. Ooh, send energy back through the left fingers too. Let's inhale, straighten the front leg, bring your arms up alongside your ears. Soften the right knee, turn the right toes to face the long left side of the mat. Wiggle your feet so your big toes touch. They don't touch, they line up with each other. Bring your hands to your hips. Draw your elbows towards each other, lift the pubic bone, lift the heart. Exhale, hinge forward. So go ahead and fold forward. Bring your hands to the ground. Your hands are shoulder width distance apart. Maybe your fingertips line up with your toe tips. Maybe the heels of your hands line up with the heels of the feet. Exactly. Crown of the head moving toward the floor between the 2 feet. Release your chin. Dare a little bit of weight forward. Might even be a little rounding of the upper back, the upper spine. Let's inhale about halfway up. See if you can take yoga toe lock, if your hands can sweep around to bind your big toes. Elbows go wide. Once again, crown of the head toward the floor between the 2 feet. Maybe it's a 3 beat or a 4 beat inhale and exhale.
everything changes. The thoughts you think, the shape your body takes. As everything changes, endeavor to have the breath be the one constant. Inhale about halfway up. Exhale, hands to hips. Elbows in all the way up. Turn your right toes toward the top of the mat. It's heel to heel or heel to arch. Let's find a warrior two. Turn the right palm to the ceiling. Inhale, stretch up. Shin forward, lift up your hip, arc through the spine. As you exhale, straighten the front leg, plug the thigh bone in. Feel all this gorgeous length on the right side of the body. Start to tip your torso toward the front leg. Keep this side body long, right hand down, left arm up, finding triangle pose. Utthita Trikonasana. So fan the collarbones wide, tuck the right sitting bone in toward the left thigh, and squeeze the right thigh muscles onto the bone as you draw the thigh bone into the socket. Keep the neck long, maybe the gaze is up. Let's bring this, let's lift the left arm a little higher. Drift the left arm behind you, bend the elbow. Maybe the left hand can find the right hip or thigh. If it feels good in your body, release the right ear toward the shoulder so you can get a nice quality of length in your neck. Maybe turn your head a little bit. Let's bring the left hand to the hip. We'll see about Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So bend the front knee, skip your back foot in a little closer. Get your right hand about a foot forward. If you have a block, I recommend it. Your hand is to the right of your foot. You're not lined up with your foot, but to the right. Pour weight into the right hand, the right foot. Lift the left leg off of the floor. Stack left hip on right hip and liberate the left arm anytime you feel steady. Keep the chin tucked. Maybe the gaze turns up. Feel so expansive here. Crown of the head forward, heel back. Stay here or bend the lifted knee. Capture that foot with the lifted hand and press the foot around behind you. Release the foot. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale here. Hands to the ground. Exhale, you could go right to downward dog or move with breath, move with curiosity through a vinyasa. Over the toes, hips high, downward facing dog. Let's inhale the left leg off of the floor. Exhale the left foot by the left thumb. Turn the right heel down. It's heel to heel or space between. Rise up, find warrior one. As the right rib cage and shoulder wrap toward the front of your mat, ground the right outer heel. Zip up through the inner thighs, through the pelvic floor, almost like your fingers lift from your arches. And maybe you can bend your front knee deeper and lift your arms higher and connect with your strength. Maybe bend your knee a little deeper, lift your arms a little higher. Inhale. Hands through prayer, face the long right side, find warrior two. Here, your front heel can line up with your back heel or your back arch. Gaze toward the middle finger of the left hand, bend the front knee deeply. As the left shin moves forward, the right inner thigh pulls back. Zip up through the center, lift through the pelvic floor. Maybe the front knee bends a little deeper. Again, you can shift how you distribute weight on your foot to challenge your muscles differently. Let's flip the left palm up to the sky and start to stretch up and back. Shin forward.
As you exhale, straighten the front leg. Yeah, love this lateral stretch. Inhale, bring your torso forward. Let the left fingers tip you toward the top of your mat. Left arm down, right arm up, finding triangle pose. Keeping the left side of the body really long. Tucking the left sitting bone in toward the right thigh. Feeling so expansive here. The right fingers lift up, the left arm draws down. Keep your neck long, tuck the chin, look up. Let's exhale the right hand to the hip. Look down at the left foot, start to soften the left knee. Skip the right foot in a little closer. Your left hand comes about a foot forward, maybe on a block. Pour weight into the left foot, the left hand, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. So maybe you can stack the right hip on top of the left hip. Maybe you can stack the right thumb on top of the mouth. Feel how the crown of the head moves forward, the right heel presses back. Stay right here. Or if you'd like to, bend the lifted knee. See if the lifted hand can capture the foot. Press the foot back. Spin your chest toward the sky. Love it. Exactly where you are. Inhale here. Release the foot. Exhale, land in a warrior two. Breathe in. Exhale, hands to the floor. You could go right to downward dog. You could move through a vinyasa with or without your knees lower down. Rise up and shift back. Gorgeous. Lovely. Inhale and exhale. Nice, gorgeous. As you're ready, lift the right leg off of the floor. We'll exhale the right foot by the right thumb. Let's all soften the left knee to the floor. It might lift again. Stand your torso tall. So your right hand anchors your right thigh. We're heading into a revolved side angle pose. So lift your left arm up. Churn the belly. Exhale, hook the left elbow outside of the right thigh. Bring your hands into prayer and spin your heart toward your thumbs. If it feels right, you could tuck your left toes under and drive the left heel back in space. Gorgeous, lovely. Collarbones wide, completing every exhalation. Maybe it's still that 3-beat or 4-beat breath. Exhale, both hands frame this front foot. Let's go ahead and move toward Raja Kapotasana. Move the right foot toward the left wrist. Bring your right shin, your ankle, your knee to the ground. Tuck your left toes under. Now, my friend Patty, if your knee isn't feeling so good and you do like the thread the needle, you can choose that one. The idea here is we're seeking to open the right outer hip without causing any duress to the knee. So position yourself so you feel this right hip rolling open, and go ahead, walk your hands forward. Does anyone, Patty, you know what to do? You're good? Okay. Soft shoulders, soft jaw. Go ahead and walk your hands back under your armpits. Press into the floor, shine your heart toward the sky. Left toes tuck. Exhale, downward dog. You can split the right leg, bend the knee, roll it around a little bit.
And find downward dog. If you're jonesing for a vinyasa, help yourself. Yeah. As you're ready, inhale, stretch the left leg off of the floor. As you're ready, move through the vinyasas, great. Exhale, step the left foot by the left thumb.
We'll soften the right knee to the ground, at least to prepare. Stand the torso tall. Your left hand anchors your left thigh. Your right arm lifts by your ear. Exhale, churn the belly. Wrap the right ribs around. Get the right elbow outside of the thigh. Spin the ribs and then plant your hands. Open up the chest, beam your heart toward your thumbs. If you want to, you can tuck your right toes under and drive the right heel back in space.
Notice if you are gripping your neck, squeezing your jaw, furrowing your brow. If your breath has become shorter or if you're holding your breath. Inhale. Exhale, frame the front foot with both hands. Walk the left foot toward the right wrist. So your shin, your ankle, your knee come to the ground.
Raja Kapotasana. You can tuck the right toes under. Walk the right leg long behind you. Pivot the right hip toward the floor and walk your hands forward.
As you're ready, start to walk your hands under your armpits.
Press into the floor. Peel your torso off of the ground. Lift your head. Tuck your right toes under. Exhale, downward dog. You could split the leg. You could roll the leg around.
You could move through a vinyasa. Inhale, come forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lay your whole body down on the floor. Yeah, slow or fast. Bring your arms alongside your body.
Turn your palms down. Bring your forehead to the floor. Lift your head and shoulders off of the ground. Tuck in your chin. Lift your legs off of the ground. And lift your hands off of the ground. So inner thighs lead the way. You might even spin your toes, your big toes, toward each other to get the thighs to roll in. You could stay right here. You could bring your arms out to a T, like the backs of the hands flap up toward each other. You could reach your arms alongside your ears. Pinky fingers wrap in, biceps in line with the ears, unclench the buttocks. Maybe you can lift a little higher and then make a pillow with your hands and lower down. Rock your hips a little bit, maybe rock your forehead. Bring your arms alongside your body, turn your palms down. Roll everything, roll your upper arms open, lift everything up.
You might stay right here. You might bend your knees and reach for your inner or outer ankles and draw yourself up into bow pose, the Dhanurasana. You can feel that the more you lift your toes toward the sky, maybe the more you lift your thighs, your hips. Press your shins back to get your chest to lift a little higher. Inhale and exhale, let go, lower down. Roll over onto your back.
Your knees bend, your feet come to the ground. Arms are alongside your body. Press your hands and your feet down, lift your hips up, interlace your hands underneath you. Roll your upper arms open, lift your hips to the sky, and let your inner thighs roll down toward the floor. Ground your feet and imagine your feet were sliding away from you. They don't really move, but that helps to fire up your thighs. See how high, feel how high you can lift your hips as you ungrip the buttocks. Maybe the chest can lift a little higher toward the chin. When you're ready, hands out of the way, lower down. Hand on the belly, hand on the heart. Connecting with yourself. You could practice bridge pose again. If you have a block and you would simply like a passive bridge, you can slide a block or some blankets under your sacrum and rest. You could practice upward bow. Upward bow, sometimes called wheel pose. You would bring your hands by your shoulders, fingertips pointing in toward your body. For bridge or supported bridge, lift yourself up. For upward bow, press down and lengthen your arms. Move your heart forward. Feel how your tailbone can reach toward the back of your knees in whichever shape you're in. Stay as long as you want to. I feel confident saying that here. I don't think anyone's going to be here for 2 minutes or 5 minutes. Maybe you will be. Stay as long as you want to. This might be the most fun you have on Friday night. And go ahead and as you're ready, lower yourself down. And pause and feel. If you enjoy windshield wipering your knees, do that. And then draw your knees in towards your belly. You can rock through one side or rock and roll back up towards sitting. Stretch your legs long in front of you. Finding a Dandasana. Drive the heels away, plug the thigh bones in. Palms down, arms open, zip up through your core. Feel the breath deep and full. Let's bend the right knee and cross the right foot to the outside of the left leg. Your ankle might be near your left knee. Your ankle might be near your left hip. You can keep your left leg long, foot flexed, or you could tuck your heel back towards your right hip. Wherever you are, draw this right knee up a little bit. Feel like you can really deepen the groin, hollow out the groin. Inhale the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, hug the right knee and really squeeze it like it means something to you. Lift the heart a little higher and exhale, twist. Look all the way over the right shoulder. The right hand might find the floor. The right hand might tuck around behind you. If you like it, you could go in search of your left hip, let's say. Fan the collarbone, sit up tall, draw your navel to your spine. Maybe you can slow down the breath, let the exhalations be a little longer than the inhalations. Inhale here. Exhale back to center. Unwind your legs, both legs long in front of you. Let's bend the left knee.
And cross the left foot outside of the right leg. Flex the right foot or bend the right knee. If you do bend the knee, just make sure the left sitting bone grounds. Sit up tall. Draw the knee in, draw the navel to the spine. Lift the right arm up. Really hug that left knee in. Open up the chest, bring the left hand behind you and twist. Look all the way over your left shoulder. Feel the qualities of the shape. Inhale. Exhale back to center. Let's bring the soles of the feet to touch. Draw your heels in as close as you like. You can kind of flap your knees like Batman wings. Feel like your feet press in and your knees stretch out. You might even keep your hands behind you. Keep your hands behind you to help tip your torso forward, or hold on to your ankles or your shins and draw yourself forward. Maybe your elbows can press into your thighs, they press back, and they kind of drive the skin out toward the knees. Again, the exhalations perhaps a little longer than the inhalations. Inhale to lift up. Let's bring the knees up just so you can stretch your legs out to a wide angle. So flex your feet. Feel like from the groins, you can send the inner heels away, the inner heels, the inner ankles, and you can plug the thigh bones in. You might keep, again, your hands behind you, use them as a kickstand to help your torso hinge forward. If you prefer arms in front or you want to hold on to your feet or your big toes, you can do that. Keep integrating the thigh bones. Imagine a center line in the middle of the thighs. Is it possible to feel like the outer thighs roll out and the inner thighs roll in? Walk your hands back in. Let's bend the right knee and bring the right foot not to the top of the left leg, but as much to the right of the pelvic floor as possible. Flex the left foot, lift up your ribs, twist toward your bent knee. Fan the collarbones wide, find your left hand. Your left hand, your left elbow or forearm come inside of the left leg. The left rib cage spins around. The right arm could be up to the sky, maybe overhead. If it comes overhead, maybe you can kind of roll your left shoulder a little forward. Both hands might find the foot. Feel the crown of your head lengthen toward the top of your foot. If your arm is overhead, could you take the bend out of the elbow and shoot stars through the fingertips? Reach through the fingers and integrate the upper arm. Keep your neck long and spin the left ribs to the right. Let's inhale to lift the torso back up. Right knee comes to the sky. I think stretch the right leg forward and then bring it out. Bend the left knee. Left foot to the left of the pelvic floor. Flexing the right foot, lift your ribs, twist toward the bent knee. Fan the collarbones, find your right hand, elbow, forearm inside of the leg. Lift the left arm up, the hand might stay here, so expansive, so beautiful. Maybe the left palm turns in and reaches alongside the ear. Maybe the left hand finds the right foot, the right hand might find the right foot, the crown of the head moves toward the foot. Keep squeezing the thigh muscles, plugging the thigh bone in. Inhale, lift all the way back up. Let's bring this left knee to the sky, foot to the floor, bend the right knee, foot to the floor. Your feet are like a foot and a half maybe, heels from sitting bones. Bring your hands behind you like 8 inches, maybe 10, shoulder distance apart. Fingers point toward your body if that's okay on your wrists. Press your hands down, roll your chest open, lift up your hips, upper arms open. The head might spill back. Lift up your hips higher than your knees if you can, or as high as anyway. Inhale. Exhale, your sitting bones down. Put on any layers you have, socks or sleeves. Maybe roll up a blanket to place underneath your knees. Then come to lie all the way down. Maybe there's a sense of delight, a sense of glee, like a sense of, whew, I made it. And you did, you made it. So Shavasana might be like a treat. And you know it's the most important pose in your practice. Without it, oh no, your nervous system doesn't get to reset or downshift, downregulate. It's almost like you would leave with a sugar high. You might crash really soon and feel somewhat thin, like shrill. You could have your palms up or down, whichever helps you feel safe, helps you connect. Inhale, receive the breath deeply. Exhale, sigh. And Shavasana is very likely the most ideal time to practice listening, deep listening. I've heard it said that the definition of true listening is the willingness to be changed by what you hear. As you let go here, see if you're hovering. See if you can let yourself go just a little bit more. Before you kick back into gear, pause for a moment and really feel how you feel. Yoga doesn't give you anything but reveals you to yourself. If you do arrive at a state of calm or ease, a spaciousness, or even a quiet joy, and just realize that doesn't come from outside of you. It is revealed as part of your essence. You drop into it and discover the truth. If you like small gestures, wiggling fingers and toes, do that. Wiggle your hips side to side. As you're ready, bend your knees, roll into a little ball on your right side and give yourself a hug. Squeeze in. If this was a date, feel how it went. Maybe kiss your knees or kiss your wrists or kiss your elbows or shower yourself with affection and appreciation. And go ahead and build your way back up to sitting, returning to a comfortable cross-legged position. An amazing journey you take without ever leaving your mat. You might reflect upon all of the things that did happen or didn't happen, the preferences or opinions. And how everything is just arising and dissolving. Nothing to hold on to, everything to enjoy. Bring your hands to prayer, lift your heart, bow your head. Be filled with gratitude, maybe filled with reverence, honoring whatever it is you hold as sacred. Let's conclude with the sound of a single Om. Inhale. Slip your arms behind you. Your right hand holds your left wrist. Your left thumb and forefinger touch. Shine your heart to the sky. Lead with your heart. Folding forward to seal in your practice. Thank you so much.